Harry Robert Sampson was born in Weston-super-Mare on the 28th of September 1893, and he went to Clarence School, an independent boys' school, and his claim to fame is on this cricket ground here against Sidcup School. He took 9 wickets in an innings. In August 1914, he was working with BAT, the British American Tobacco Company, in London. And as the war was declared, all the boys rushed down to the recruiting office because, surprisingly, a lot of them thought it would be over by Christmas and they wanted to get in on the act. He signed in and volunteered for the Green Howards, a rifle regiment, but his medical showed that he was very short-sighted, no good for an infantryman, so he was posted to the Royal Army Medical Corps and ended up after training in the Ypres sector alongside the Ulster Regiment, and they produced a Christmas card which was used for sending home to their colleagues and friends and relations at home. Round his neck he wore an identity disc. I've got it here, this little tiny disc. It displayed H.R. Sampson, CE, which was Church of England, RAMC 527069. And these were the only things that a lot of people could be recognised from, because, as you well know, so many were virtually blown to pieces. He spent his time in forward dressing posts in the trenches, going out under the wire to rescue the wounded, while shelling and small arms fire continued. It was highly dangerous. Stretcher parties were lost. Shelling was particularly lethal. He recounted that on one day they moved their dressing station, because of this heavy shelling, they moved it 3 times. On each occasion, as they moved and vacated the site, it was blown to pieces. So God was on their side that day. He also remembered when King George V, accompanied by Haig, visited their sector to observe the action. Father, when he was out there, collected postcards, and they show how it looked before and after the fighting, particularly in Ypres. And you can see the magnificent building which has been rebuilt and what was happening to it during the war. Places like Popperingay and Dicky Bush to the Tommies, were well fought over. In 1915, Lloyd George, supported by Churchill, felt that the trench warfare would achieve nothing and decided to move some of the troops to the Balkans to aid of Serbia and in the long term persuade Bulgaria, who was at the moment fighting with the Germans, to join the Allies. Father was transferred to Salonika, situated at the north of the Aegean in Macedonia in early 1916, and this was part of the 28th General Division. It was not a healthy area, as malaria was rife, for which, believe it or not, there were more deaths than from bullets. Father succumbed and was sent to a convalescent camp in Malta. After coming back to the UK, he was drafted to Egypt and went with General Allenby's forces up into Palestine, and he was there when the war actually ended. Like so many of his generation who have been in the trenches and seen so many horrors, particularly they saw it in the RAMC, he spoke very little about it. He had a brother who was also in the RAMC and was part of the medical team for that very daring raid on Zeebrugge. And he also had a cousin, a major in the Gordon Highlanders, who won the MC at Lewes. And his final rank was sergeant. After the war, he returned to work for BAT and was sent to India, where he joined the Territorials. And he was there for actually 25 years, which is actually where I was born. And he died in the 23rd of January 1982, age 82. Thank you very much.